Okay, this is Slim Overton here again with Portsmouth Coffee Talk, and I'm here with Tyrone Davis,
yes.
not the singer, but Tyrone Davis. I'll let him introduce himself and talk about the fatherhood mentoring program we have going on down here at the Renaissance Hotel concerning men's health.
Yes. Well, the Fatherhood Mentoring Program is an initiative that was created about 15 years ago through the Department of Social Services. Now, today's event is one of those things that come out of the discussion when we are hosting the men on our weekly discussion issues. And men's health always come up as something that men are always interested in doing. And that's why we're having this special initiative for men's health. We also have other initiatives that come out of discussions as well, like starting your own business and initiatives of that nature. But all these initiatives come out of discussions from the Fatherhood Mentoring Program. And the program is designed to help men overcome any barrier, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, or financial.
And they are usually some things in the black community that we do not deal with well, especially when it comes down to mental health and our physical health. So you said you've been doing here in Portsmouth for the last 3 years.
15 years. 15 years. And we've been doing this particular event for the last 3 years.
3 years, okay. And I'm impressed by the amount of men that are down here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it seems like the stigma is sort of changing.
Yes.
And that happens when more information gets out about our health and the men knowing that a lot of people depend on them.
Well, your health is your wealth.
Right, indeed.
Okay, so if you got good health, like Curtis Mayfield said, you can keep on trucking.
You can keep on trucking. I thought you were going to use a Tyrone Davis song, but you went to...
I believe that men should be good stewards of each other.
Right.
And that's why this initiative is here. It's a great place. The city of Portsmouth is a great place. It has a lot of great initiatives for men in the city. We just need to get out more and discuss these issues more among ourselves. And that's what's happening today. As you can see, right now, we have over 70-some men that have already registered, and it's not even 6 o'clock yet.
That sounds good. And the main thing, like you said, it's about talking about it. You know, men talking to each other about it. When you're in those barber shops, don't only talk about sports. Let's talk about our health.
That's right, because again, our health
is our wealth, and we can learn from each other.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Brother Davis. We appreciate what you're doing here in the city.
And all the things that you're doing in the community.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
God bless you.
Okay, this is James Slim Overton here for Portsmouth Coffee Talk, and I'm here at the Renaissance Hotel, and we're having a men's health fair here. And I'm here with a gentleman. I'll let him introduce himself, and he's from Centura. And go ahead and tell us why Centura is here.
My name is Darrell Isaac. I am a Community Benefits Project Manager. I'm here today to work with the Cancer Clinical Services team in providing screenings for prostate cancer. My capacity, my role as a Community Benefit Project Manager is that I support organizations, grassroots organizations throughout Virginia, specifically Virginia Beach and Norfolk, and providing services to the community. And Fatherhood Mentoring Program is one of those community-based services that Centura supports to put on these events.
Yeah, let me ask you this, and it's a lot of information y'all giving here today, but one of the things, and you mentioned earlier, about the stigma in the African-American community, about health in general. Of course, the prostate exam has always been something out there. So talk about the difference in the exam. It's not all digital now. It can be through the blood test, but you all do suggest both of them at times.
Yes, there are two types of exams to screen for prostate cancer. One is called the PSA, which is a protein-specific antigen. And the other one is a DRE, which is the digital rectal examination. So the PSA is a blood exam that a phlebotomist draws the blood, and that the prostate antigen levels are measured through the blood. The DRE is actually a more invasive approach, where is that a physician, and most likely a urologist, a trained urologist, is able to go through the anal cavity and actually feel the prostate to feel if there's any abnormalities or enlargements. So it takes a specialist who knows what to examine when they're doing the DRE. So that's why it's preferred that a urologist or someone who has that expertise conduct those type of exams. Unlike with the PSA, where you can have a phlebotomist or a lab tech who knows how to draw blood, and then that specimen will go to the lab, and this is how the protein antigens will get measured through the lab.
And with the blood test, you can get a pretty good idea where you are.
Absolutely.
But if you have a strong history of prostate cancer in your family, it's probably suggested that you have both. Do
Absolutely,
both of them.
yes. It is suggested that you have both. If you have a family history of prostate cancer, then that places individuals in a high-risk category. So it's recommended that an individual goes for these screenings on a yearly basis,
right.
PSA as well as DRE.
Because that digital exam can detect the size of the prostate, which is important in detecting where the patient is as far as prostate cancer.
That is correct.
So, and the last thing I ask you, men shouldn't shy away if they don't have insurance or if they feel like they're underinsured. It's a lot of different opportunities, like the city health department or other avenues out there, even Sentara.
Absolutely. Men should not shy away if you don't have any insurance, or if you're unemployed, or if you're homeless. You should not shy away, because there are still programs like this event here. This is an event that's put on through the Fatherhood Mentoring Program in collaboration with other whole bunch of organizations, not only Sentara, but we have, Urology of Virginia. We have a whole host of other community partners that are involved to bring these screenings here for people, just as you spoke about, who are uninsured or underinsured.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate you taking out the time and talking to us, and appreciate you coming to the city of Portsmouth. And like I mentioned, I love Sentara because they saved my life in another area of the health department. Thank you. Take care.
You're welcome.
Okay, you're posing for a picture, but this is a video. And I just wanted to ask a question here, and I wanted to show you all you're a very important part of this program today. So how important it is for you to get out here in this community and help, and how encouraging was it to see so many men here today taking their health, going forward and taking their health and making sure the awareness that you all are spreading.
Yes, thank you for that question. It's so important for us to connect with the community, to be able to be in front of them, give information, also listening to their questions and knowing what it is that we can do to break down barriers and to bring the services where they are, and just how can we care for them and get the message about cancer prevention, awareness, and screenings out.
And so a lot of these men that came here today that actually took the blood test are going to find out if they have it or if they have early stages or something, and it's probably going to end up saving somebody's life. So I want to say I appreciate you all coming here. And this is, how often do you all do this? And does everybody work for Sentara, my favorite hospital?
Yes, we all do.
Okay, that's where I had my transplants.
And we're all in different areas. But we are a team. Betsy covers the Virginia Beach area, and we have Karen, who is into the Norfolk general area in Portsmouth, and then myself, I'm in the Western Tidewater, and then Day, she is our Hampton Road community health educator. It's important for us to be here, super excited to see so many men wanting the education and the screenings. So we're able to bring the access of care to the men that need the most is important to us.
Okay, and the last question, how soon will these men find out the results of the test they took today? And do you track the people that actually took it?
Yes, we do all the follow-up with any results of people that are screened. So within a few days, they'll get a call or a letter letting them know the results, and we follow up, make sure they're getting next steps if need be, and making sure they're being followed. And we don't just follow then, we follow immediately after for result, 3 months, and 6 months later. So we keep them on our records and just make sure that they're getting what they need.
All right, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. And thanks for coming to the city of Portsmouth. And if you're thinking about moving here, this is a great city.
Yes, it is.
Where's the mayor? I'm pitching for the mayor now. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. All right. And I got you real quick. Okay. Well, hello. This is Slim Overton again from Portsmouth Coffee Talk here here at the Fatherhood Mentoring Community Health Program. I think I got that right. But anyway, I'll let this young lady introduce herself and talk about her involvement here at this program today.
Hi, my name is Carrie Short, and I'm with the Shellhammer Urological Research Foundation. We are the charitable foundation at Urology of Virginia. In addition to doing community education events like this one here today, we also do patient support. We help fund innovative research right here in Hampton Roads, and we also help fund international medical missions. So we've been around in one form or another since 1978 in the community, and we were named after Paul Shellhammer, who is a trailblazer in the prostate cancer area.
Okay, so you're like a support system for the hospitals, or you're more in the communities?
We actually work primarily with Urology of Virginia providers. Okay. And we also help fund research that's going on with the residents and fellows who work with Urology of Virginia. Urology of Virginia is basically the urology department at Eastern Virginia Medical School. So we are a top 20 urology practice in the nation. So they serve this entire region of coastal Virginia. And so they provide all the urology care. There are other urologists in Hampton Roads, but Urology of Virginia is the large practice here. And this charitable foundation, SERV, has been a part of Urology of Virginia for years. So we do come out in the community and do events like this. But one of the things that we just recently, we produced a video that encourages men of color, patients of color actually, to participate in clinical trials and studies, because patients of color are underrepresented in clinical trials and studies, and any given day Urology of Virginia is doing between 20 and 35 clinical trials or studies, and we're always recruiting patients of color to participate in those trials and studies so that they can benefit others. So in terms of prostate cancer, they have a higher mortality rate for prostate cancer, yet men of color do not participate in clinical trials in that space. So we want to make sure that we have treatment and medicine that works for everyone. So we just did a video that you can find on servefoundation.org. There's a video where patients of color are explaining their experiences doing clinical trials and studies to try to inspire other patients of color to enroll in clinical trials and studies, specifically at Urology of Virginia.
Thanks for mentioning the funding you all do and also the trials. Anything that's going on today medically that has advanced the medical capabilities started with trials and studies. So
yes, absolutely.
It's important for us to be involved in it. So what we contribute today can help someone tomorrow and into the future.
Yes, it's the survivors and folks who participate in clinical trials and studies who participated in the video that SERV produced last year just talked about their inspiration to give, and they have so much to live for. And I think that we heard that on the panel today, that people have so much to live for. They're so grateful when they're in the recovery phase after disease or after a treatment, and so they're really motivated to help other people. And I think that every single person who participates in a clinical trial and study is doing that for the next generation, because we all know that these treatments and trials and medicine did not happen without clinical trials. And we acknowledge that there's been a detrimental history with African American patients within the research space, right, all the way from Henrietta Lacks to the Tuskegee experiments. I mean, we know there's been a history of abuses in the medical field, so we acknowledge that. We're trying really hard to ameliorate that wherever possible and encourage patients of color to participate in the research so that they can help others.
Okay, so thank you for taking the time out and talking to me and talking about what you do in the community, and thanks for continuing to do what you do in the community in the medical field of prostate cancer.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
I can't wait to see it on Coffee Talk.
Okay, this is Slim Overton here, and I'm here with one of the nurses here at the Fatherhood Mentoring Program for Health. And I'll give your name and tell us what your job was here today.
Well, my name is Sheena Christopher, and I am a phlebotomist with Sentara. I've been with Sentara now going on 3 years. I work at majority of our SMG sites, our doctor's offices, currently at a STD HIV clinic where we do free screening for the public for STDs and HIV virus right here off of London Boulevard here in Portsmouth.
Okay, right here.
As well as like different events like PSA. We do a PSA event almost every Saturday. So we're throughout the Hampton Roads area. We're within Newport News, Hampton, the Peninsula side, Williamsburg, Virginia Beach, here, we're everywhere. So we encourage everyone to come out and get tested, especially older black men over the age of 40. Right. Definitely, because that's one of the biggest things in the black community that's not spoken about is prostate.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't, even worry about it. Just going to be like, oh, well, I don't pee as much, or I'm having this problem, and they look at every other issue instead of getting a prostate test.
Right.
Yeah, so we try to encourage everyone to come get a prostate test if we come see the screening.
It's good to know, even if it's not heavy in your family, it's good to know. So y'all did the PSA test here today. So how long does it take for the results? And then you'll contact all the men that signed up.
When we draw their blood here at these events, usually within 24 to 48 hours, these screenings are coming back. So if you have, insurance like Sentara, through the state, or you have United Healthcare, when you have insurance plans like that, we can process your labs within 48 hours. 72 is most, but everything's going to generate in your Sentara MyChart.
Okay.
So I encourage everyone to do it because it's going to know really fast. And if something is spiked, we'll always encourage you to contact your primary care provider.
Yeah, and it's important to find out and get it treated because there's a lot of people out there, men, that's dependent on you. And it's not always financially, but it's emotionally.
Exactly.
You got daughters, you got sisters, you got mothers, you got brothers. So it's good to take. I tell my brothers,
I have 13 siblings.
Wow.
Yes. 6 of my 13 siblings are guys, and I tell my older brothers all the time, get your prostate checked. Yeah. I tell my grandfather, I tell my father, I tell my uncles, I encourage you to come to the events and get screening. Even though they've been tested, I be like, bring other people with you. Yes. And spread the word. Spread the word.
And sort of, I think we're breaking down that stigma that was in our African American neighborhoods now. People are more likely to get these screenings. Yes, and programs like this.
Exactly, and more people are willing to listen and hear because, they have my uncle just passed when he was older. Not knowing that, your uncle could have passed away, because he had prostate cancer and there was something underlying that developed something more that we didn't even thought about getting treated because they just think, he got diabetes. Yeah. Or he got high cholesterol. But what about the other things that can possibly be?
Yes. Yeah, we need to talk within our families.
We definitely need to talk.
You don't always have to have a nurse in the family to talk about it. But look, thanks a lot. I appreciate you talking to us.